I think the world needs these guys. It's called ground news. You heard
Ground
of these
news?
guys?
No, not yet. Probably because they're
Ground
not
dot something?
deceptive. They're probably not deceitful enough.
Well, yeah, no.
Maybe
What it
tell the
is
truth.
it's. I think it's. I don't know if they have a business model that's workable because anybody who cares about what they do probably already does this themselves anyway, and people who
Mm-hmm.
don't do this don't give a shit, don't want to know. But basically what they do is they will take the news event of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So Singapore Airlines
Oh yeah,
bouncing somebody died.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll take from around the world hundreds of news articles, right? And then between a combination of people and algorithms, they'll come up with, okay, out of these, we got 100 different stories about it.
Mm-hmm.
What are the common elements that all of these stories talk about, right? So it's kind of a way to get to the basic facts of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of, they distill it down into what actually happened. And then they have a meter. So on two sides of the page, and the meter is whether this is left-leaning or right-leaning, the articles, right? So each one.
That's
so they
political,
make a little chart there. So, 43% of these articles were left-leaning, 57% were right-leaning. Okay. And then it kind of, so anything that you read, you can look at it and say, okay, this says this. Oh, well, that's the one that kind of caught my attention, or that's what I think, or whatever. You read that one and say, oh. And then it says, oh, this is from CNN, it's left-leaning, or this is from Fox, it's right-leaning. So you know where they're coming from. So part of the deception, using your own filters, like, okay, so this is coming from a right-wing place. They're saying this. So I know kind of why they're saying this. Do I agree or not? I can kind of factor that in. This is a left-leaning thing. I can factor that in. And then what I think is the most brilliant is we've talked about this before in terms of debate and getting out of your own echo chamber and seeing the other side. So they'll say right on there, say, okay, if you are, if you see that, basically, I can't remember the wording, but if you are coming at this from a left-wing point of view, here are a handful of right-wing things you should read. And if you're looking at it from the right-wing side, we suggest these left-wing things.
True.
Like they distill it down and say, okay, this is kind of what the left is saying, and this is kind of what the right is saying. So whichever side you're on, you should read the other one just so at least, you know.
True.
So if you get to both sides of it, I think that's brilliant.